Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today this is just a quick update type video. It's no particular relevance whatsoever really. It's after Christmas, before New Year's. I've been tinkering in the workshop and I thought I'd just do a quick update video and show you what I've been playing with and what I'm doing, what I'm up to. And I've been tinkering about with this thing here. What it is this is an old LCD monitor. I'll just show this round for you so you can have a look if you look. It's a little 5-inch Hitachi TFT colour LCD display. It dates from the early 1990s. I think it dates from about 1993, and it's off an old portable VHS video recorder and player. It's something I picked up many years ago at a car boot sale as faulty. Apparently the guy had tried to convert it to run off a 12-volt car battery rather than its plug-on battery packs on the back for use in his caravan, and it hadn't gone so well, and apparently it had let smoke out, and I bought it from off a car boot sale for a few pounds. And indeed it looks like he probably got the positive and negative up the wrong way round, and I could never get the thing working. I tried and tried. I got bits of it going, I got the mechanicals running, and I never actually got the actual video player to play ever again. But what I did do is I salvaged this little 5-inch screen off it, and I've had it sat in a box for years. And with this little project I'm working on at the moment, my little ZX81 project, I really want a little 5-inch screen. Now, I was originally thinking possibly of using that, well, my original initial actual thoughts what to use was one of them 7-inch widescreens. That I did have one kicking around here to show you. I think I've got it here, yeah. I was originally thinking of using one of these, which is just a 7-inch TFT modern, but as you can see it's a 16:9. And really, with the aesthetics of this project I do have an aesthetic in mind of what I'm doing actually. It's not just building it, it's making it look right. And a 16:9 screen wasn't going to cut it. I really wanted a 4:3 screen. So then my thoughts turned to that old little 5-inch black and white TV that I found. And then unfortunately I was making progress with that, and it was thinking like I would possibly use that, and then the line output transformer died on it, and that kind of put pace to that plan. I do have actually another 5-inch, actually I have a 5-inch colour one, but the it's been run so much that the CRT is basically absolutely knackered in it. That came from a truck stop as well a few years ago. I found that in a bin at a truck stop, but I think the reason that was thrown away is that the CRT's been run that hard in it that basically there's virtually no emission left on it. And as I said, I have another little black and white one, which is probably an early 80s boombox stereo. I think it's a Sony boombox stereo thing with a cassette player and radio and twin speakers, and that has a little 5-inch TV built into it. It's not in the greatest condition, because I actually fished it out of the canal many years ago. It does work, just about. I actually use it when I'm painting and decorating, when I'm renovating my properties. So it's covered in plaster. In fact, my plasterer that's working on one of my properties at the moment borrowed it, and it's currently absolutely caked in plaster. I was thinking possibly about salvaging the screen out of that. And then I got thinking about this little TFT LCD, and I thought, I wonder whether I could get this up and running and perhaps use this for my project. With the added advantage, what I was wondering with this is the way that it works. I might just be able to tap into the green signal, because it actually uses RGB drive on this board, and just drive the green signal and actually use this as a like LCD green screen monitor, which I thought would be really cool for the project I've got in mind. alas, I think I've had to give up with this. It's I think when the original unit got its reverse voltage, it's killed that there, which is the LCD driver IC. This thing it's not like working on modern LCD electronics. Everything on this is done with individual ICs. We've got 74 series logic ICs down here, up here. Like I said, we've got this, which is the I think is the LCD driver. Unfortunately, I can find zero, even though it's a Hitachi part number on it, I can find absolutely zero data on that IC. I did go quite a way into it, as you can see. It's actually quite amazing, this thing. We've got that IC there, which takes in an S-video signal. I could get data from that, and from an S-video signal it produces RGB outputs to drive, I think, this, which is a like a buffer amplifier, which obviously it looks like it's even like just added on as an afterthought. I mean, these things were fairly low production, you know, it was not thing that everyone had. They were very, very expensive, these portable players, when they came out. But it's just all like standard ICs and these little custom boards that they've had produced. And I can get all this to power up. I can get my 5 volts on all the ICs, all the relevant ICs. I can even inject a signal in here, and with my scope I can trace it through, and I can trace everything through to this IC, but I can get absolutely zero out of it. So unfortunately, I think, like I said, when this thing was all set up and the guy put reverse voltage into it, he's fried that thing there. So that, unfortunately, no, I can't use this this LCD panel. It would have been nice, because it's quite vintage 1992, but hey ho, you know, it's one of them things. I did get the backlight to fire up on it, but that's about the most life I've had out of it. Is I got the backlight to fire up. In fact, I've got to switch the power on now. I think we can get the backlight to, I'll hold it in the right place, because it gives quite a kick, the backlight off this thing. If I just set it up like that and switch it on, you can see I managed to get the backlight to fire up on it, but that's the absolute most I've managed to get the damn thing to do. So unfortunately, that is a fail. What is a positive, though, is I was on eBay over Christmas, and unfortunately for me, unfortunately for the seller, people obviously weren't paying attention on eBay, and these are new old stock what I've got. But basically, I've got 2 of the car drop down screens. You know, you screw them to the roof of your car and they drop down with 2 little and the 5.5 inch 4.3 TFT screens. And I don't know whether other people weren't looking for stuff like that at the time, but I put a bid in on them, and I've got 2 of them, a pair, for £3 plus about £6 postage. So I've actually managed to get 2 screens which are absolutely perfect for my project, for, like, you know, under £10. I'm really, really pleased with that. So anyway, I'll show you the next part of my project, and I've shown this in the past, but I've now started making a little bit of progress on it. Let's just get this out of the way. Ooh, I've got everything tangled up here. Like I said, I've been playing with that for a little bit. So let's just shift this out of the way so we've got some space. Oh, can I put that where it's not going to cause any problems? Stick it on there. And what we've got next is what I'm going to build my. Here's my little my ZX81 that I'm playing with, right there. At the moment, it just looks like a pretty much bare bones ZX81, no keyboard on it. It's got 2K of RAM currently at the moment. It is composite video modded. I've shown this in a previous video. This is the same. It's an issue 3. Everything I've took everything off the board and put it in sockets, and that is going to be the basis of basically what I'm building here. And that comes on to the next thing, is what I'm housing it in, and why I wanted a little 4:3 screen. And basically what I've got is this. Let me just see if I can pick the thing up. In fact, I'll just put the front back on because I've stripped out everything that I didn't need from it now. And basically what we've got is this. Now what this used to be is it was the interface computer from an old typesetting machine. And now I got this again many years ago. I think it came from a college that was shutting down. And I think I got about half a ton of lead typeset from the place, which I weighed in. This was back when I was still a student as myself, and my friend was at the college that was shutting down. And I remember I had a BMW at the time, a 3 Series BMW, and I remember loading the entire boot of it up to the absolute maximum with all this typeset that was just being thrown away, and taking it and weighing it in. But as well as that, I got some cameras and other bits and bats from it, and this was one of the things I got. So I didn't have the complete typeset or anything, I just literally picked this up as it was in one of the throw-out piles. And it was actually basically a complete computer in its own right. I've got the motherboard for it here. And I'm going to keep this because I'll probably use it for another project sometime in the future. And it is based on the... this is based on the same processor as the Dragon, yeah, a 6809. So basically it's a little 6809 computer, and all it ever did, basically, was you did whatever you was doing on your typesetter on a PC, and wrote a floppy disk, and you inserted the floppy disk in there, and there was a little keypad there to set it all up, and it sent the data file from this to the actual typesetting machine that did what typesetting machines do. And like I said, this is the only bit I had from it, and I used the disk drive out of it many years ago in a project, and I've had it lying around since then. And I thought it'd be the perfect housing for my little ZX81 project, because what I have, I'm not sure where it is actually at the moment, because my workshop's in a little bit of disarray. Let me just have a quick look over here, see if I can spot where the thing is. No, it's currently buried, so I won't show you that, but I've got a little DK-tronics separate keyboard for the ZX81 that I'm going to use with this. And let's just tip this up a little bit so you can see it. Oops. It does lock into place into various places like that. I think there's one a little bit further down. There we go, that's the one I wanted. Because at that position there, it's actually perfect for a keyboard in front of it. And as I was saying, now I've actually found a 4.3. It's going to have a little 4.3 5-inch monitor built into it there, to show what I'm doing on the ZX81. And I've got a little plan for some storage that's going to go in here, and it's not going to be like your ZX81 MMC solution or anything. But I picked another thing. This is something else I've picked up basically as a bit of a whim, because I saw them on eBay and they were very cheap. And what have I done with it? There it is. That's that thing there. And basically what it is it's a little MP3 recorder and player. So I'm going to use that with this project in lieu of a tape recorder. So I can put a USB stick or a little SD card in there, and I can have my it records as an MP3, I think, so I can have my software, ZX81 software, on as MP3s and load them from this onto the little ZX81. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to at the moment. I'm now waiting for them car TV screens to arrive. It was I think it was Boxing Day that I won the auction, and I did pay for them straight away. So hopefully they will arrive fairly soon in the new year, and I can get on with this little project and get my little screen mounted up. I have made a new front for this, which I've got, here we go. Now it does need a little bit of filing yet, and I've not taken the protective coating off it yet. It's like a brushed metal effect. It's called Rhino Bond, this stuff. It's basically the stuff that tower block in London that caught fire was clad in. But we used to use this stuff in the industry, in like making advertising signs out of. I used to make advertising signs and stage sets and all sorts out of this Rhino Bond, and it's fairly good stuff. It's very easy to cut, actually. And for projects like this, I've made all sorts of new fronts for amplifiers and little projects out of this over the years. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't work for that company anymore. I haven't done for a number of years. And my stock of offcuts of this is now getting very, very, very thin. Unfortunately, I did find a piece large enough that I can make a new front for this out of it. I just need to perhaps trim that little bit up off the top there, and round these edges off, and then just smooth the edges down a little bit. And like I say, I'll leave this plastic on it until I've cut out the little bit there for the screen to come through, and figured out how I'm going to make the edges look nice. And the same for the little MP3 player I'm going to fit over here. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that for now, and show you what I've just been playing with over the Christmas festivities. So I'm going to leave that there for now. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.